Okay, round two. We're back with our mystery card here. Let's go over our mystery card. Hi, I'm Diane Alberts. This is take two. This actually take three. And we're going to get started on our mystery card. I have to pull out one more thing. I got a little behind on doing things. So let's just put this other light on so we have more light on the situation. I got the squeakiest chair today. Okay, we are ready to go. So I have to put on my laptop or my iPad to see if I've got any comments. Oh, I got 3 messages too. So let's go ahead and put in. There we go. Gotta find myself. Oh, turn the volume down, Diane. Nope, down. Okay. And I see myself and it doesn't. Oh, tap to watch the video. It's repeating it. I want to see it live. That's wrong. Well, we're just having all kinds of troubles here. I shouldn't have, Let's see if I can find me. Here I am. Yep. Okay. And then we'll hopefully have our comments show up here. Oh, I have to turn this to the portrait view. Okay. Hello, everyone. I am Diane Alberts, and I am here with a mystery card. Whew. All right. I got so absorbed into a phone call, and I totally lost track of time. My apologies. The mystery card clues are for October 13th, and it's supposed to be at noon. This is on my business Facebook page. You will need 2 pieces of cardstock that are 5.5 by 4 1/4 that are the same color. So for the sample I'm going to do for you today, I have cherry cobbler. One of these you're going to score at 1 3/8 and, 2 3/4. Okay, so I'm going to set those over here. I'm going to see where I got my space here. There we go. We'll lay those right here. So we have our 2 pieces of cardstock, the same color. One of those you're going to score on the long side at 1 3/8 and 2 3/4. You're going to choose the same color cardstock above and make a rectangle that is 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. Hopefully you have that ready. Then you're going to cut some DSP, and I had some brand new, I'm going to say it's Delicate Pines paper, and I hadn't used it yet, so I decided to pull out this paper. And you're going to cut 2 pieces. This is what the back looks like. I like this side with the red berries. You'll see why when I do my stamping. This is 1 1/4 by 4 inches. Sometimes when you cut your paper in a vertical or horizontal, you need to look at the direction. If it's like you don't want your birds flying upside down, if let's say if it had birds on them. So this is something that's just all greenery and berries, so there is no really direction on this. So I'm going to set those there. And then you're going to need a white or neutral piece. You're going to cut 2 of these that are 2 1/2 by 4 inches. Okay. I pulled my stamps. I had those ready to go. The colors I'm using are Cherry Cobbler, Pecan Pie, Early Espresso, and Shaded Spruce, because they are colors that match with my Designer Series paper. Okay, we'll set those over here. Next, we want to find a favorite stamp set. Well, I have Branching Out. I thought this was really pretty. It has pines that coordinate with this paper. It has these little dots I can use for berries. And then it has these really pretty dies and branches. So we'll see if I'm using those. I think I'm going to do some stamping instead of using the dies and stuff, but I'm going to be stamping there. What is this? I don't know why that green piece is in there. Oh, yeah, you know what? I did do some die cutting, but I think I want to do some stamping. Maybe we'll do both. I don't know. We'll see. I did pick out some die pieces, but I'm not sure that I'm going to use them. We'll see. Let me look at my, I think I made an example already. Where'd it go? There they are. Yeah, I did the stamping on that one. Okay, so I'll use the dies on this one. So hopefully, hi everybody. Thanks for tuning in. And then if you have any matching embellishments or ribbon, and I didn't pull that, and I need to pull that. I don't want to show that card yet. Let me grab my matching ribbon. It's right here to my right. Right here. This ribbon is really pretty, and it matches that paper. It looks so festive for Christmas. So we're going to be using that ribbon. And as far as embellishments, I haven't picked one out yet. So maybe we'll just be embellishmentless. So I'm going to set this aside. And if you're crafting with me today, don't forget your envelope. We're going to decorate the envelope too. If you're crafting with me today, you're going to, I'll try to go very slowly. Hopefully you already have your pieces cut. I don't know, does anybody out there have their pieces cut already? I'm not hearing anything from anybody if they're following along with me. There we go. I was trying to get it more centered. Okay, well, I'm just going to get started then. So here is our first piece of cardstock. It's 5.5 by 4 1/4. So it's really a quarter piece of 8.5 by 11 piece of paper or cardstock. Okay. Then you're going to take your other paper that you had scored, and you're going to fold over on, I fold into the mountain or the bump. I'm going to set that over just a little bit, and I'm going to take my bone folder, and I'm going to go ahead and crease it, and then fold this back and crease it. So you're going to have this kind of a fun fold. So I'll wait for you to do that. Why is it crooked? Is it more straight now? Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and take those 2 pieces of DSP. This is kind of like last week's, actually. It was kind of funny. I'm like, I don't know why I picked the same type of strips, but it does. But it's a different card. So, all right. So I'm going to look at the patterns and see which direction I want it. I like that. And I like this. Oh, do I like that? I think I like this one. So I'm going to go ahead and get my adhesive. I use the Stamp and Seal by Stampin' Up. And I like to get out my silicone mat so I don't get any glue on my work surface. So let's say if I run off, that glue does not stick. Well, you can see that, could you? The glue does not stick to the silicone mat. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere this one to the left, maybe about 1/4 inch. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing here. Use that, and we're going to put this one right. Get my eyes going straight here. There we go. I'm using the grid lines on my grid paper to make it straight. There we go. It's as easy as that. So I was told I went a little too fast last time, so I'm going to slow down a little bit. So basically we took this one and added our DSP to the left and the right side, and all we've done is fold our scoring. I'm going to wait just a moment. Does anybody have any questions? Nobody's commented yet. If you could say hello, I'd like to know who's here. So, all right. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the white piece of paper and we're going to put it right inside here. And this will be where you will write your sentiment or thoughts to your recipient. So I'm going to put that right in. I'm trying to get it best centered as I can. There we go. Oh, I'm a little down on the right. Let's see if we can move it over just a little bit. We got just a second more to put it straighter. There we go. Okay. And now what we're going to do, after you put your white or your writing surface in, or your neutral color, it's a little crooked, but still a little down, but we'll let it go for right now. We're going to turn this over, and you're going to have this section here. And I'm going to grab my silicone mat again. And you're just going to take and put on some adhesive only on the back part of that. Okay? See? The adhesive is on the back. We haven't done anything to the fold. Then we're going to take it, and we're going to line it up. Let me get it straight on here. I might have to stand up for this one. I'm going to get some WD-40. And you're going to match this with the top and the bottom of this piece, and then left to right. And you're going to go over your DSP a little bit, but that's kind of cute, actually, I think. I think it blends it in. So basically, we've created this kind of mechanism. Isn't that fun? It's a pretty quick and easy card. It's just how you embellish it. And hi, Jennifer. Hi, Denise. Thanks for coming. I'm so sorry I'm late. I totally got absorbed. I told myself, I should have set the alarm. I should have set the alarm. Lesson learned. All right. These last two pieces, you're going to decide what you'd like to do. This is going to be your focal point or your front of your card. And eventually we're going to put it right here. And that will be the decorations. So you're just going to end up putting glue here in just a minute. but we need to decide. Sometimes I have decorated it without putting the white piece on. So I do have, like I said, these pieces here. I might not want the white. I'm going to show you how I'm going to make these die cuts that I took from branching out. So I took the die cuts. I'm going to show you how I'm going to put together something. So I have to decide. We'll do it on white first. And we have to pick a sentiment too. Why don't we pick a sentiment? Wishing you a day filled with many happy moments. To a special someone from our family this year. Happiest birthday wishes. I like thinking of you brings joy to my heart. I did that one on the other one. Nope, can't do that. See, I like that sentiment. Let's just do hello. Well, like hello. All right. Yeah, hello. We'll do hello. So I'm pulling that off, and I'm going to get a block. And, oh, the squeakiness chair drive me bananas. All right. And then we will decide where we're going to put our sentiment after we build our little branches. So if you notice, I have both pecan pie. I'm going to get those little pieces out. Let me get my take your pick tool. I did 2 in pecan pie and 2 in old olive. I have 1 berry. I could have done more berries. And what I plan to do is I'm going to take my snips and I'm going to cut off the bushy, the needles point of the part and throw away the branch part. I don't need that branch part. And my goal is to match them up over this. Let's see, one goes with the other, one goes, yep. And that way you have the branch and you have the pine needles. That's what I want to say. So let me grab some liquid adhesive and we'll attach those. I'm not sure if I want it on the white. We're going to have to see. Maybe. Once you get to this part, the decoration is all however you want to do it. What's in your head for design. And so, I don't know if Loxie is here. She said she couldn't tell what the card was going to be like from my clues. She was trying to guess how my card was going to go. And just give that a moment to see. So there, I've added some of the pine branches. So basically, I just cut it apart. I used to always be afraid to do that part. I don't know why I wouldn't cut my like stickers or die cut. I don't know why. And now I realize you can really make some fun things if you play around with your embellishments and your die cuts and stickers, things like that. So we got one done. Let's do another one. And I can't wait to show you some of the other samples I've made. Okay, I'm glad some of you found me. Just one of those days, I guess. We're going to go ahead and put a little liquid glue, dot, dot, not a lot. Yep, this is the back side. We'll go ahead and give that a little right now. And I'm going to flip this one over. Let me grab my tweezers. I like reverse tweezers when I'm working with little stuff like this. Does this one go with this? Nope, this one goes over here. Gonna match it up. Sure I am. Let me go ahead and hold it steady. There we go. Get it on there. Perfect. Let's just move this over a little bit. You got bent a little bit. There we go. And let's grab this one. That's why I like my silicone mat, so I'm not getting this glue all over my work surface. You can see I've stamped the branches from the other card I made. But I wanted to use the die cuts. I couldn't remember which way I had done it. Made it a few days ago. There we go. Hi, Loxie. Was it kind of the card you guessed it would be? So now I have these 2 pieces here. I think I'm going to put them. Let's bring the white back out again and play. So I could do this. And I could do this. And I have these little berries I can put sneaking out. That's one option. Or I could take it and then put a sentiment on top and cut it out. Or I could put it directly onto the red or the cherry cobbler. Not sure. Which do you guys like? Do you like the red or the white? So that would look like this. I should say it should be matted. Now you can also do different shapes than the rectangle, and I'll show you some examples of that in just a minute. So maybe I am going to use the white. I think that does make it stand out a little bit better. And let's go over here like this maybe. And then I'm going to put my sentiment over here. Just playing around. I might even cut these berries. I think I'm going to, in half, since I didn't make extras. Cut the berries. And then I'm going to tuck some berries onto this side and up here. So we'll kind of put those coming out. So we'll do that. All right, I'm going to make my decision now and go ahead and glue it. So I'm going to take my liquid glue again. And I'm going to flip it over. And let's go kind of like this. And then I'm going to take this one, get some glue on this. And, oops, I didn't put it on the other one. And I still want to make a pine cone. I didn't make my pine cone, so I'm going to kind of put it like this. Okay, so then we're going to need another little scrap of white, which I don't know about you, but I have lots of white scraps. So here's a piece of white scrap right here. And I'm going to go ahead and open up the cherry cobbler. And I'm going to go ahead and put my hello onto this white piece here. Holding it. There we go. Pretty. All right. And I'm going to just cut this off straight. And so this is what I'm going to do with my hello. Okay. But I want to add some pine cones. So let's grab the stamp set. And I've used the pine cones a lot. So we're going to pull the pine cone out. I'm going to grab myself a very small, I wish we still sold these, but we do not. These are our A blocks. They are really good for little, but unfortunately we don't. And I'm going to grab early espresso for my pine cone. Now I have to decide, do I want to do it really dark or am I going to do it stamped off? So I'm going to take a look. I kind of like both. So let's go ahead and put a full strength one here. And let's do another one that's down here. Maybe that's, I'm going to do full strength again. Another one that's, well, let's see. I'm going to go this angle. There we go. A little bit. Oh, I wish I would have shown up a little bit more. All right. Then we're going to take our Stampin' Dimensionals, add our sentiment, and then I'm going to tuck in those berries, and I might even add a few more of the pine cones. And then we have to add some ribbon, possibly. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, so we're going to do hello right here. And then we're going to take those berries and have them on the branches. This is where I definitely like my reverse tweezers. And I had fun making these cards. You can do all kinds of fun things with this particular. Oh, I like that. See? There's that. And then we'll take the other one. So I get twice as many berries from one. I should have just done two, actually, but I didn't for some reason. And let's go ahead and have this one tucking out from underneath there. Kind of want to get to near the branches. There we go. Okay. I actually feel like I need a third one, like coming out here, but maybe we'll put our little ribbon there. So I do like the ribbon. It's shaded spruce. Let me grab my magnet there. It's awfully thick ribbon, so I kind of want to try something right now with you guys, if you don't mind. I'm going to try and pull off some of this ribbon, and I'm going to cut it in half. This may or may not work. You'll see the full ribbon when I show you the other card. But I want to see what happens when I go down the middle, because this is an awfully thick ribbon, and sometimes you can do this. We'll see if it even works. And it doesn't matter if you're a little jaggedy. I'm trying to be real straight and down the middle, doing the best I can here. That's really crooked. All right, and then we're going to tie a bow in a minute with half of it. A little bit, okay? A little bit must to deal with there, so we're going to tie a bow with half of the ribbon. Again, I told you I used to never want to cut things apart, but now I've learned I can try new things. And so I'm going to practice zhuzhing this up a little bit. Oh, I want that gold to show. It's so pretty. I'm a gold person. I like gold more than silver. I just always have. All right. Now this is a little darker. Now I kind of wish that I would have done. I was trying to pull out the old olive in here. So, and this is shaded spruce, but it's fine. It's all in the colors of Christmas, except this is flipping around. All right, I'm going to try to manipulate the tails to go down. We're going to cut the tails on an angle. And let's see if we can put this right here. So that's a little bit big still. So I'm going to bring it down smaller. Sometimes you just have to play with it. I don't need that big of ribbon. So I'm going to take and trim it down a little bit more and a little bit more. This is how I do my designing. I'm like, nope, that's too big. That's too little. Okay. Much better. Ah, okay. I kind of like that. We'll just put that right there and then it'll peek out. So I'm going to grab a glue dot and I'm going to put this right onto the glue dot. Grab my Take Your Pick tool. Pick that up. And let's put that right. I'm going to get it to go down so you can see hello. There we go. There's little threads. So when you do cut it, it looks like it's shedding a little bit here. That's all right. All right, so let's go ahead and get these things out of the way and pull in that bottom piece. And we're going to add some adhesive to that. So really, your decoration can take as little or as long as you want. I just had to plan it out. I hadn't made this card particularly yet. And it looks like I need some kind of like embellishment, so I might have to peek in and see what I have. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to place this on directly. So we're only going to put on our adhesive onto that folded flap. So I got to stand up again. 1 second. I'm going to match up this corner and that corner to the top and the bottom. Get it straight. And now we have our fun fold. So I want to add some pine cones in here. So I'm going to grab back that pine cone stamp. And I'm going to stamp the pine cones. And I'm going to do the first generation, second generation, kind of like that in the corner. Okay. Hello. Cute. Now, I would put on some kind of embellishment. Is anybody crafting along with me? I went kind of fast today because I was catching up. Let me see what I've got as far as embellishments. I was kind of thinking these, actually. These are actually a carryover from last year, the berries. So I went and grabbed those out of my cupboard. There's the opening in here. And let's grab our Take Your Pick tool. And let's take a 3. Put it right here. And let's take a 1. Put it right here. And then another 3Z right over here. And I don't think I want to put one on the inside. There we go. Lots of cherry cobbler. So I'm going to put that back into my case. I keep all my embellishments in one of these stamp cases, the CD cases, and then I'll go from there. So that is my card. Let me get some things and put my glue away and show you what I have. There's my Take Your Pick tool. And my snips. We'll get everything all put away here. Move those inky plate. Okay, there we go. Everything is put away. So, this is what I have. It's a fun fold, and he's a little crooked. There we go. You have a little spot to write on. If you wanted to write more, you could put a 4 1/4 by 5 piece of 5 1/4 by 4 piece of cardstock on the back if you have more to write, or you could write a sentence there too, or a sentiment in the middle here too. That's up to you if you want to do that or not. If you have a lot to say or just a little to say. In hindsight, I kind of wish I would have maybe embossed this back white piece, but that's just me. All right, let's show you some of the variety that I have made. Okay, you can see me. I'll show you the one that's similar to this one, but I used the inking and I used the full ribbon. So I stamped the envelope, which is really pretty. I'll do that for this other one too. There's my envelope. I know, you're going to have to, I was late. And then I noticed my bow was getting a little, there we go. This bow ties really pretty in full. And I think here too, I kind of like it smaller. That would have been just too heavy to put that bow over there. So my idea worked. And this is the same thing, just I matted a little extra cherry cobbler with the shaded spruce. I stamped the branches and the pine cone. Thinking of you brings joy to my heart. And I put a little sprigs in there with it. So that's that card. Okay. And then I went in a totally different direction. I tried to use our new paper that we have out from our new online exclusives. I didn't do the envelope on this one. But this one still needs a little something to me. It's not my favorite card, but I tried. So here's the envelope. And this is Friends Like You Are Golden. So happy to have you in my life. I feel like I need some kind of, this is a die cut from the Hobby Haven. And I think I need to put something maybe here or here. And that's my new favorite color, Secret Sea. So I took the banner piece and some gold, because Friends Like You Are Golden. I decided to use these cute little pieces to mimic the dots. So happy to have you in my life. So that's our new stuff, but I really think I need to go back in and put some more. It just needs a little something, something. And then here was my inspiration piece. I should have started with this one, where you can do a tag with our festive friends. Same thing with those on the side. Put the ribbon through your tag. I decided to go this way to do something different. And then added snowflakes and we wish you a Merry Christmas. So there's another fun one. And the last one, I happened to have a new team member join me yesterday. And she came to my team meeting that I was having. And while she was here, she wanted to understand how to do this. So I showed her how I cut the pieces of paper. I just grabbed crushed curry. And I was just grabbing things out. And I grabbed another piece of crushed curry and I scored it and did the same process. But I did it in the painterly pairs. So, and I used a circle instead. And I needed something back here, so I used the die cuts. And then I added these iridescent gems. So, in the ribbon that matches. So I think this one turned out really pretty. And this was a last minute just kind of goofing around, showing a new crafter how to gather up the pieces and cut them. Because if you're new, you may not understand how to cut these particular things. So I was helping her. And I said, you'll see it on the replay. And here it is. So lots, I don't know what the name of this card is. Kind of a Z-fold flat card. So it was just fun to do. So you can do both die cuts on the front or inking. You could do pop-up die cuts and do inking as well. Here I took a banner and just did a solid one. Might have been cool just to do gold on here. I saw that with gold embossing powder. And then I think this has turned out to be one of my favorites. Honestly, I really like this one. So anyhow, that's our mystery stamping today. Again, I apologize for the tardiness of my second mystery card. We're going to be doing it next week. Will be posting those later this week. On Friday is my goal to have those up. And hopefully you'll join us again and you'll each week learn something new on how to make a card. They might not always be fun fold cards. They might just be showing you new product, but it's also fun to learn the new fun folds. So I hope you have a great Monday, and I will see you here on Friday for my coffee and a card. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Bye.